everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Brandi Glanville reunites with Eddie Cibrian and LeAnn Rimes to celebrate a huge milestone. Former Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Brandi Glanville hasn't had the best couple of years, as she has experienced some notable health issues. However, she recently took to social media to share some exciting personal news. Her son Jake graduated from high school. She posted on Instagram, and just like that it's graduation day. So proud of you at Jake Cibrian. The post contained 3 photos, the first of which was of Brandi and Jake. The second features him walking across the graduation stage, and the other is of Jake with some of his friends in their blue gowns. Jake's dad, Eddie Cibrian, also took to Instagram to highlight the occasion. He did so with a video montage which also included his wife, LeAnn Rimes. The caption of the post reads, "And the class of 2025 is off and running." It continued, "Congrats my boy." LeAnn also shared the post on her social media as she congratulated her stepson. According to People, Brandi spent the most recent Christmas holiday with Eddie, LeAnn, and the kids. She said on her podcast, "I went over there to my ex's house for Christmas because of my kids." Brandi continued, "I mean, you guys don't understand the love I have for these children. Like, I would take a bullet for them." Brandi then said, "What was I gonna do? Stay over here in my house, be lonely during Christmas, or go be with, like my beloved children and my in-laws, who I'm obsessed with and love?" She added, "I can step in there as long as everyone's happy and everyone's in one place, and the kids are happy and we're having a good time and the food is good." Regarding Brandi and Eddie, they tied the knot in 2001 and have 2 sons. Jake is the youngest at 17, and Matt is 21. Sadly, they divorced in 2010 after he fell in love with LeAnn. Eddie and LeAnn connected in 2009 while filming the movie Northern Lights, and married in 2011. This was a massive scandal at the time, but the 3 are now on good terms. Naturally, Brandi's divorce and the events that led to it became a topic while she was on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. However, she hasn't been on the series since 2015 and has recently spoken openly about her non-existent relationship with Bravo and Andy Cohen. This wasn't the first time the 3 had been in the same room, of course. Over the years, they had crossed paths at birthdays, sports games, and family holidays. But this time felt different. This was intentional. This was unified. LeAnn even raised a toast during brunch. To Mason, she began, glass in hand. "And to all of us, for showing up today, for letting love grow bigger than the past, and for doing the hard, beautiful work of becoming a real family, even when it wasn't easy." Brandi nodded slowly, her eyes moist. "Amen," she said quietly. "We've come a long way." Indeed, their story has been one of the most talked about celebrity dramas in the last 15 years. When Eddie and Brandi's marriage dissolved after his affair with LeAnn became public, the fallout was vicious. Accusations, Twitter feuds, biting podcast commentary. It was a full-blown tabloid saga. But time, therapy, and motherhood have a way of shifting priorities. Over the last few years, Brandi and LeAnn have found moments of connection, often centering around the kids. Instagram followers had already seen glimpses of their warming relationship, a shared selfie here, a supportive comment there. But few expected a full-blown co-parenting peace treaty, let alone this kind of genuine camaraderie. As the afternoon wore on, guests lounged in hammocks and played lawn games, while a playlist of Mason's favorite songs, from Nirvana to Kendrick Lamar, echoed through the trees. Brandi and Eddie posed together for photos with their boys, each arm draped around their son's shoulders, looking every bit the proud parents they were. "It's wild," Brandi said during an impromptu toast later that day. "You never think when you're going through the worst parts of life that one day you'll be celebrating something this beautiful with the people who hurt you. But here we are. We're healing. And Mason deserves every bit of that." Eddie, clearly touched, clinked glasses with her. Whatever we did or didn't do right back then, we got one thing perfect, our boys. And just like that, the former Real Housewives star, the Hollywood heartthrob, and the country music queen shared a toast, not just to their son, but to something far more complex: closure, respect, and the creation of a new kind of modern family. Social media naturally exploded with praise once news broke. Fans called the moment growth goals, and fellow celebrities weighed in with supportive messages. "This is how it's done," one fan commented. "Grace, humility, and putting the kids first." It was a sun-drenched Saturday afternoon in Malibu, and the coastal breeze carried the scent of salt, sea, and something unexpected: peace. It had been years in the making, a tale as old as reality TV itself: betrayal, heartbreak, paparazzi headlines, and very public shade-throwing. Today, the unexpected happened. Brandi Glanville reunited with her ex-husband Eddie Cibrian and his wife, country singer LeAnn Rimes, not for drama, not for a passive-aggressive Instagram story, but to celebrate something truly remarkable, a milestone that united them beyond the past: their son Mason's college graduation. The event took place in the backyard of Eddie and LeAnn's cliffside home, transformed into a haven of white tents, string lights, and laughter. A jazz quartet played softly while trays of sushi and champagne circled through the crowd. But the real showstopper wasn't the ambience, it was the trio at the center of it all: Brandi, Eddie, and LeAnn, standing shoulder to shoulder in a moment no one would have predicted 10 years ago. Brandi wore a sleek emerald green jumpsuit, her signature blonde waves cascading effortlessly. She looked radiant, if slightly cautious, like a woman still guarding her heart but choosing to show up with grace. Eddie, ever the heartthrob, sported a navy blazer and a smile that said, "We've come a long way." LeAnn, poised in a boho chic ivory dress with bare feet in the grass, glowed like the Malibu sunset. They posed for photos together. "What a wild ride," Brandi said, raising her glass in a toast that drew the party's attention. But today, it's not about the past. It's about Mason and how proud we all are. The crowd applauded. LeAnn wiped a tear, Eddie nodded solemnly, and Mason, tall, handsome, and clearly embarrassed, wrapped his arms around all three adults. The journey to this harmonious moment had been anything but smooth. Fans of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills will remember Brandi's very public heartbreak when Eddie's affair with LeAnn came to light back in 2009. Tabloids had a field day, and for years, the animosity between Brandi and LeAnn played out on Twitter, talk shows, and TMZ. Accusations flew, songs were written, wine was thrown, metaphorically and otherwise. But time, therapy, and shared parenthood have a way of softening edges. And as their sons, Mason and Jake, grew into young men, something unexpected began to take root: understanding. "Honestly, the boys changed everything," Brandi told People last month. "You can't co-parent in chaos forever. Eventually you either figure it out, or you ruin your kids, and none of us wanted that." LeAnn echoed the sentiment in a recent podcast. "Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was okay. It's about letting go of what's weighing you down. We're not perfect, but we've come so far." That progress was on full display during the graduation celebration. Brandi chatted warmly with LeAnn's mother. Eddie and Brandi laughed about a shared memory from Mason's Little League days. LeAnn complimented Brandi's new podcast venture, and Brandi, in turn, praised LeAnn's latest album. It felt surreal, like the final season of a long-running reality show where the characters have evolved beyond the drama. But this wasn't scripted. It was growth, hard-earned, and on full display. Guests included friends from both sides of the family, as well as a few famous faces. Lisa Vanderpump arrived with a bouquet of roses and a bottle of rosé. Jeff Lewis made an appearance, joking that he felt like he was witnessing a solar eclipse. Even Bravo exec Andy Cohen sent a video message. "To see this kind of co-parenting magic? We live for it. Maisel, Mason." But the most poignant moment came during a speech by Mason himself. Dressed in a charcoal suit, diploma in hand, he took the mic and cleared his throat. "I just want to say thank you," he began. "To my mom, who taught me strength. To my dad, who taught me consistency. And to LeAnn, who taught me grace." The audience fell silent. "You didn't have to love me," he said, turning to LeAnn. "But you did. And Mom, you didn't have to forgive, but you did. And Dad, you held us all together. I love you all." There were tears, real ones. Brandi dabbed her eyes with a cocktail napkin. LeAnn hugged Mason tightly. Eddie wrapped his arms around both women. A rare, beautiful human knot tied not in romance, but in shared history and growth. After the speeches, the celebration continued into the evening with dancing and s'mores by the fire pit. Brandi even joined LeAnn for a karaoke rendition of Fleetwood Mac's Landslide, which, given their history, felt like poetic therapy set to music. It was her idea, LeAnn laughed later, and honestly, she killed it. As the night wound down, the trio sat together near the cliff's edge, the moon casting silver shadows on the Pacific. "I never thought we'd be here," Brandi said quietly.